Hi everybody, and welcome to New Life Strategies. What I wanted to talk a little bit about here today is something I think is how would you say, very moving in a person's life. I know we've been talking about various different principles as far as establishing yourself and getting yourself to an understanding of how to live life and how to have your best life now. And that's where a lot of times people struggle in life. They want to have their dreams come true, and they've got great ideas, but a lot of times it's just not happening. And I know we talked about building a dynamic belief system, being able to believe in yourself. And the fact that your beliefs right today have been established since you were very, very young. Things have been placed into your life, and all of a sudden you develop a belief system and you start doing things. But it does not mean that that belief system is right. And that's where a lot of times people will struggle in life, because they hang on to a belief system. They believe in things that are just not right. And what we encourage people to do is to question your belief system. Because what happens so many times in life, we get so solid in our beliefs that we never question anything. And then we struggle. We have problems in finances, relationships, all different areas of life, and we don't know why. Could it possibly be it's what you believe in? And that's where a lot of times people are successful in life, because they've got good beliefs. They believe in themselves. They believe in education. They believe in change. They believe in looking at things in a different way. They believe in following role models that will allow them to be successful. They believe in the fact that if other people are successful, they can be too. And that's where a lot of times we like to say, only in America. We've got a lot of people out there that are sitting with the idea they can only make it to America, they can be successful. Well, guess what, folks? We're in America. We should be successful, but a lot of us are not. And it's the little principles sometimes that cripple us. And that's where an area that we've talked about this past week is an area that has been quoted as you can move the world. And I'm going to give you a little understanding on that. It all deals with leverage in your life. You get a lever big enough, you can move the world. It's interesting, because I know I've worked with Shirley, on different projects, and one of the projects was we had some what seemingly was small stones sticking out in our lawn, in the farm that we had. And so Shirley wanted me just to dig out that stone so that she wouldn't hit it with the lawnmower. So I started digging, and all of a sudden I'm finding a huge boulder, a huge boulder. And she's wanting me to move this thing. Well, guess what? I couldn't even lift it. I couldn't even budge this thing. But I got myself a lever. I got myself a pole that was probably about maybe 6-8 feet long. And I could roll that. It seemed like there was no problem at all, as long as I had a big enough pole to move it. And it's the same thing in our lives. A lot of times we have a hard time getting ourselves to do the things that we know we should be doing. Well, I usually tell people, you're not leveraged enough. You don't have a big enough reason of why you need to do it. A big enough reason why of, what's your life going to be like if you don't do it? How painful is it going to be if you don't achieve what you're going after? How distressed are you going to be realizing that time has gone on, you've had an opportunity only America gives you, and you haven't used that opportunity because you haven't leveraged your life. A lot of times leverages are talking to other people, saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I get myself to the point where I got to do it. The example I use a lot of times is, if I want to get my garden weeded, I plan a party. And I plan to have that party right next to my garden. And guess what? I have leveraged myself to the point that when I have that party, that garden is going to look beautiful. Why? Because I don't want anybody to say, hey, Don, you don't weed your garden. That's where leverage is a tool, and that's a strategy that can be used in anybody's life. And I want to thank you once again for being with us this week, and you have yourself a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.